that goes. Here's the business up front. We're doing Doctor Who Night, obviously.
Yes.
And we're going to do our official intro in a second. Before we do that, one last time, today we had a special event. We were doing a Kickstarter launch party for Solution Squad for Jim McLean here. And for this whole team, support them. It's a great project. Go to Kickstarter, look for Solution Squad, look for Jim McLean.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. It was so great to have you out.
Thank you.
So great. But if you want an easier way of following them or an easier way of supporting them, you can follow us on social media. Follow at SMG Pods on Twitter. Follow Southgate Media Group or Live at the Blue Box on Facebook. And we have all the links there. And if they're not there, I'll hear about it, and we will have the links there.
Yes.
Couple more things. If you want to support us, as long as we're talking about, so don't get paid for these things, and they're free to you, right? If you want to support Southgate Media Group and help pay for things like microphones and that, we have a box right here. It's donations to Southgate Media Group. If you want to support us, you want to throw some shekels our way, that'd be awesome. That's where you do it, and it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, it helps pay for equipment. And we are streaming live on Facebook, so if you can't make it one time, you can always watch us on Facebook Live. You can also find us on YouTube.
Yes.
So we're there. We're kind of like...
we're everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Everywhere and nowhere. Every month, once a month, second Saturday of each month, we do Live at the Blue Box now. And it is always themed. This week's theme is...
Doctor Who.
Of course. What a shocker. Doctor Who's about to come back, right?
Yes, it starts next week.
Next week.
15th of April.
We're getting warm now, so we're ready for next week. Next month. Oh, and then next week on Saturday night, Jim Wilder is here for Tales by the Blue Light. Did I get that right?
Tales by the Blue Light.
Yes, I always get everything wrong.
You're shockingly good today.
Yes. And that's another live. That was a little different. It's not fan talk. He does readings and plays, and it's really a cool show.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between the Moth, Prairie Home Companion, and the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So
right.
he does a lot of different stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, it's Welcome to Night Vale with Jim Wilder, basically.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Next month in May, this is the big news. We are doing another MicroCon. It's one of the most popular things we do. It's not like a regular Comic-Con where you got to go and dredge around and like people try to make you buy stuff. Not at all. We just basically talk to comic book artists and writers. Yeah, they buy food. But we talk to comic book artists and writers, and we have some really cool people. Hopefully it's all going to work out to get them all out here. We're thinking about starting it maybe at 3, maybe earlier if too many people come through on it, which could happen. That MicroCon will have its own T-shirt this year. It's the first time we're doing that. Madeline Con. So come to Madeline Con in May.
It's true.
It's true. Yes. Is it true? So there you go. Done with all that business, right?
All the businesses.
If you want jokes like that to keep coming, there's a box here for donations to Southgate Media.
Okay, and also, the more we stop quicker.
Yeah, that's right. Pay more, we get quiet quick. All right. Oh, and we have some giveaways tonight. We're going to have more giveaways and stuff in the future, which is awesome. I want to thank our sponsor, Entertainment Earth. They have been sending us stuff to give away and to raffle off the show, though. So Let's get it going. Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is Doctor Who night.
Woo!
Yeah.
We got some people dressed. That's awesome. Hey,
anybody excited for Doctor Who next week?
A little bit. So,
hey, a little bit.
Excuse me, Nathan. We got to get some chairs from the back hallway. Okay, please. Thanks.
That's our business, folks. I'm Rob Southgate.
I am Chris Mao.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the Weekend Report. No, I'm kidding. So we're going to talk some Doctor Who tonight. Hey, what we do here is we're making a podcast. We have it live. We don't expect you to sit here and be like all quiet and reserved. You can clap and laugh and shout stuff out.
And knit and do other things if you want.
We're going to do some trivia. We're going to do some game stuff here. When we're doing it, if you want to add, come on up. We've got microphones. You can come up and talk to us. If you want to shout it from there, it just might not show up on the podcast. So just fair warning on that. We always structure these a little different. We're going to start tonight what do you think? Should we do the roundtable first? This thing where we do the
Yeah, so
20?
so usually we do like a roundtable where we just talk and we come up with something to talk about. But what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna do a list that was 20 fascinating facts about Doctor Who.
Yeah, this was in Mental Floss. 20 fascinating facts about Doctor Who. Some of this is going to be like, really? That's not that fascinating. We all know it. But let's go through them. Are you starting at 1 or are you starting at 20?
We'll start at 1. We'll go from 1 to 20.
Starting at 1.
Okay. So number 1 fascinating facts, and if you guys didn't know this or not, Doctor Who was originally started as a kids series, so it's designed as a children's show.
Right.
Meant to get them engaged with math and science and all sorts of stuff. I guess.
Well, in history, if you look at the very early series, it was all history.
Right.
And they were putting the Doctor in that situation, and then they figured out people like aliens and conflict with space creatures, and it became what it is now.
It became some of that. It's depending on what show and what I guess retelling of the story, because there's a few reiterations of what happened. Because I'm drawing a blank on the show. What was the one they did for the 50th?
Day of the Doctor?
No, the one about
the movie?
The movie.
The BBC movie. It was History of Time and Space, wasn't it?
History of Time and Space.
That was great.
Right.
It was a BBC movie.
Right. It was a BBC movie. How they talk about how William Hartnell, who was the first Doctor, really wanted it to be believable, so he had to learn what the TARDIS controls did. He wanted the history or the math or the science behind it to be as accurate as possible for them to have some explanation. So he didn't look like an idiot if a kid came up to him and said, "Doctor, why did you press that button and the TARDIS didn't move?" Right. So he wanted it to be as realistic as possible, and he really put a lot of that into his craft, which was kind of cool.
Well, and this whole thing of the kids series has held over too. Mm-hmm. Even though you watch it now and you're like, oh, but it's scary and there's weeping angels and stuff. My daughter, not our daughter. No, that's a little weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not weird, but would be different.
Yeah,
yes. Our wives might have something to say about it.
Our wives would not be happy if we had a daughter together. My daughter, Molly, Doctor Who on her own years ago. She's only 10. She just turned 10. She was like 5, and I was watching an episode, and I look, and she's standing there like eyes wide. I thought she was scared. Just like, ugh. Then I go, I don't know if she watches. She goes, yes. And I said, she goes, does Mom know? Can we watch this? And I was like, yeah, if you want to watch it, it's kind of scary. Please.
Right.
She's never been scared. She loves it. And what's funny is then we went to this, homeschooling event, and we're with these other little kids, and they're all like 5. And she goes right up, and she's like, I don't know if I can talk to you about this, but have you heard of Doctor Who? And guess what? There were a whole bunch of 5-year-olds that went, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So even though it's not technically a kid's show now,
right,
it works. It works as a kid's show. Kids are attracted to it. The other thing is, if you look at the offshoot shows other than Torchwood,
right, they're very kids.
They are kid, and that's where you can tell they're trying to bring that spirit back to it.
Well, because definitely the Sarah Jane Adventures was totally a kid show. It was great, and
so great.
It was great to see them and do all that stuff and get K9 back in the fold, which is a big favorite of mine personally. So that was awesome. So yeah, it is. I mean, and as we look back in history, the show was canceled in 1990, right? I can't remember the dates. I'm drawing a blank, but it was canceled because it was stereotyped as just a kids show, and they couldn't get the following or the reach. So they kind of killed it off because they didn't expand. And then when they brought it back in what we term as New Who, they definitely made it adult, and they made it to reach more than just the British audience, which was the first iteration. It was very British. Now, if you look at it, a lot of Brits are like, it's the most American show we have on. But, I mean, it has the biggest reach, and guess what? And this is bad to say, the rest of the world pays for it, and mostly the U.S., because they really charge us a lot to watch the show, which is okay. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. If you're going to put that show out,
I mean,
it's unlike what they're doing with Star Trek, where CBS wants to show. They want to charge you for the new Star Trek series,
right?
And I love Star Trek. I'm not paying for it. That BritBox just came out It's got all the old Who. I'm like, dang
Yeah.
it, I think I might have to shell out for this.
Yeah, and you know what? It's okay. I mean, and when I say pay for it, we just pay for it through through our subscription to
Right.
BBC American.
Our things pay a pretty penny to have Doctor Who.
We do a good thing, so that's awesome. All right, second interesting fact. Doctor Who was not originally a Time Lord. That did not happen until 1969. So 6 years in, they officially gave him the name of Time Lord.
Oh, really?
So he was just the Doctor who traveled through space and time.
Yeah, I knew that. But they didn't say he was a Time Lord until then.
Right. The term was not officially used until the series' 6th season episode, The War Games. And his home planet of Gallifrey was not mentioned by name until 1973. So that would have been Pertwee, right?
That's when, as they were building the universe,
right.
the world building.
The world building,
It was happening slowly in the beginning. So that's a long time. When you consider how shows are now, you can't go 7 seasons in before you start. Gene.
Thanks,
you can't go 7 seasons in before you first go, hey, how about we call him a Time Lord?
Right.
That has to be mapped out way early.
Well, now, yeah. Well, and that's kind of the awesomeness of the show, because at the time, guys, Doctor Who was brand new territory in a lot of different ways. They never had a series where the main character changed actors without it being the same person. And, you know, they may talk about this later. I don't want to spoil one of the interesting facts, but they were the first show that allowed the main character to regenerate to be a different person, although it's the same title and the same. It's a different personality, a different actor playing it, and they make it go that way, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Once again, if you watch that movie, they did a really good job of explaining how all that went down, because in the movie they were talking about when he left, when the first Doctor left, they thought it was over. And it was a hit. And somebody there said, I know what we're going to do, and the audience is just going to buy it.
Right.
And it was, if you think about it, it was a perfect storm of not only the audience is going to buy it,
right,
we want to keep this going, but also the actors' choices, the directors, the writers going,
sure,
how do we do this in a way that nobody's ever done it? You know, it's a really creative way. If you watch that first regeneration, it's kind of mind-blowing what that set up.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Who else has done that? Who else does that now?
Right. It's not like Quantum Leap, where, you know, Quantum Leap is similar, but he's the same guy playing different people. Whereas opposed to it's a different guy playing the same person. Oh boy, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of neat, and that they were able to do it, well, technically with 15 different people, if you count everybody that's played the Doctor.
Right. Are we counting all of them?
That's all of them.
That's including Peter Cushing?
Peter Cushing, yes, and Rowan Atkinson, if you want to take it.
All right, I do.
So that's 15 different people that have played the Doctor. So another interesting fact, the Doctor may or may not have been a doctor at all. Now, they've done this in the universe building all over, and especially with Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, where they've, you know, they said that's the name that he gave himself, was the Doctor, was like the healer. So he may not know him, but he does a pretty good job, I think.
But that's the other thing about Gallifrey. You talk about what his species is. Maybe they don't need a doctor.
Right.
You know, maybe the concept of doctor is what he's embraced, but maybe they don't need physicians, which is possible.
Right.
So it's an interesting concept that he's adopted Earth as his own, out of nowhere, right?
Right.
And that if he's not a physician, that he's adopted the concept.
Sure.
I like that.
Well,
I like that a lot.
Initially, especially back in the 60s, if you were called doctor, you were a medical doctor. You were an MD.
Right.
And then now, obviously, it's a little bit, I don't want to say in vogue, that's not the right way to say it, but it's a lot more expected or accepted if you have a doctorate in anything that you are called doctor because of whatever that degree is.
Right.
So, you know, I think we all know or would accept that he's a genius in a lot of things. So maybe he has a doctorate in whatever it is he has a doctorate in. But they do go, River Song in Good Man Goes to War, talk to him about being healer. Paul McGann in the miniseries.
Audio ones?
No, not in the miniseries before the 50th.
Right.
He says, "Physician, heal thyself." So I mean, in Matt Smith,
once again, maybe he's referring to himself that way because he's embodying what the concept.
Right, and in Matt Smith even says, "That's the name I chose."
Yeah.
So as a Time Lord, you choose a name, whether it be the Master, the Doctor, what's the Doctor's kind of blank, but they all take a name.
Please, I can't even name 2 doctors right now. I don't. My brain is mush.
So and then so I mean, there's
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, yes, he was very good. Dr. Doolittle is another great doctor. But even in the Husbands of River Song, he pretends to be a surgeon. So I mean, there's a lot of that. So
yeah, sure.
Are you the doctor or the surgeon? All right. So the next head in says the first doctor's help led to the regeneration. So that's
the actual actor's help.
Right.
Is what led to it.
William Hartnell.
Didn't he have like a heart condition or something? And he was feeling ill, and he said, "I have to step away from this."
Yeah, he did, and it's interesting.
He didn't die.
No, he did not.
A lot of people think he died, and that's why they did it. But he lived years.
He lived for years afterwards, but had ill health. Interestingly enough, Peter Capaldi was the same age when he took over playing Doctor Who as William Hartnell was, but William Hartnell looks way older just because of the time.
People back then used to look older too.
Yes, and just because of medical care and dietary needs and Oh, great.
Right. Fish and chips, that'll do it.
Fish and chips will do it to you, and living through the war and all.
Jammy Dodgers.
Yes, Jammy Dodgers. All right. The actual regeneration of what they thought it was supposed to be like was supposed to be like a bad acid trip because it was from the 60s. Well, yeah, exactly. Embrace it. So
well, think about the effects they used, even in the intro. I mean, those were pretty trippy effects.
Right. So
that if you watch that first regeneration, well, I'm sure they were probably thinking that, like, let's make it look like, because how else do you explain it?
Right. It's what they kind of like something different.
How do you come out of the other end of it and have a different person? That's
exactly. I mean, it was groundbreaking. I mean, even the the opening title sequence is video feedback on video feedback.
Right.
Who comes up with that except some nerd sitting around going, hey, we need some kind of cool looking thing. Let's do it. And it's cheap.
Well, the sound effects that were used for the music and everything, I wish Phil was here. We have this guy that we've interviewed. He is an expert on Doctor Who music. It's Philip Sarna.
Yes.
Great guy. And he could tell you all of this. He talked about it when he was here, about how that music was constructed, how they layered sound on sound on sound and used things that were non-musical instruments and everything.
Sure. Well, the sound of the TARDIS is a house key on a piano string.
Right.
I mean, that's how they came up with that grating sound.
Which, so. I don't know if anybody here was a Star Wars fan. Maybe you've heard of it.
What's this,
there was a special on about Star Wars.
This isn't Star Wars like that.
I know, but this stuck with me, and it reminds me of this. They were talking, this was way back when it was first on, and it was like, all we could do was like, give me Star Wars, anything. Unlike now, we're like, never heard of it. They were talking about the sound effects in the movie, and they were showing in this little documentary thing that was on TV how they did the sound effects. So, like, here's how we made Chewbacca's growl, and they showed like a dog, a lion, and this, and they showed how they took wire, like big coils of wire, and they hit it with a wrench, and that's how they made the blaster sound.
Oh wow!
And it reminds me of Doctor like where that's done with your mouth. Spoiler for Batman.
Yes.
Lego. But they used really interesting Foley effects like that. Doctor Who was definitely cutting edge with that.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you're talking 20 years before they were doing
and they had no budget. The BBC literally gave them
it was brilliant.
They gave them like $1,000 a week to make the show. So they were literally borrowing costumes. If you'll notice, they've reused a lot of the costumes even now. Speaking of Star Wars, they used one of the flight suits was from a Doctor Who. They used it again in Doctor Who later on.
Yes.
The
X-Wing flight suits.
Yeah.
The Rebel flight suits are from that really early Doctor Who.
Right.
And then they reused it with wasn't it David Tennant wore it?
David Tennant wore it in Mars one.
Yeah. So great.
It is. It's fantastic. So I'm sorry my phone keeps busting out. The next interesting fact, Ridley Scott was originally supposed to design the Daleks, but he left the BBC at the time to concentrate on being a director, so somebody else came up with the idea of the pepper shaker idea. So
I'm surprised they didn't get H.R. Geiger at that point.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, you look at all the people that were working at the BBC at the time, who wrote Douglas Adams, who wrote episodes for Doctor Who,
Right.
who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right.
I mean, he was a
He's
BBC
Douglas
staff
Adams,
writer.
that's all you
He's
gotta
Douglas
say.
Adams. It's like, you know, it would be like, just kidding. So, do whatever.
No,
So,
it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing the talent that was around there at that time too, and what was going on.
oh yeah, they had because if you were British, that's pretty much where you work.
Hey, too much scrolling's here.
Hey, it's Steve and Chip.
Yep.
All right, so if you guys have seen the show, there was a gentleman named Sidney Newman who was the head programming director at the BBC, who was one of the people that created Doctor Who because he was looking for a kids show. So when Verity Lambert came up with the idea for Daleks as a villain, he said, absolutely not. Kids are going to be scared. This is the worst idea ever. Verity did it anyway. On her way into work, heard kids going, the Daleks, it's the greatest thing.
Greatest thing.
And
Yeah, yeah.
all of a sudden, you know, Sidney becomes the brilliant mastermind programmer that he is, even though he said no to it.
He said no. Well, one more time, not to harp on that movie, but there is a great moment in that movie. They show that play out. And there's a great moment when they're saying, no, this will never work. We shouldn't do this. And then they show, not only do they show him with the kids, and the kids are like, it's great. But then they show like kids at school, and they're all like playing Daleks,
Right.
and they're all terrified of them.
Yeah,
They're like, it's so scary. I want to be one.
right.
And it's like, it's so awesome.
They were saying nobody wanted to be Doctor Who, and they loved Doctor Who. They all
Right.
wanted to be the Dalek. So
Yeah.
that's neat. I mean, you know, look at it today.
And
it's the most one of the most iconic villains.
they can
of all
whip
that.
cream like nobody's business.
That's right. They
Yeah.
can beat eggs. They can do all
That's
sorts
right.
of stuff. They can't make souffles though, as we proved
No, right.
in episode series 7. So,
Plunge your toilet, though.
plunge your toilet, absolutely. Again, we're going to talk about Daleks. They almost did not make it into New Who.
Really?
Originally, Russell T Davies
That's
says,
an
all
iconic
right, he
character.
said he wanted to kind of make a separation between old and new Who, and he thought it would be not good to have another big mistake. Glad they decided to.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, when you think about it, you know, like before New Who launched, if you would ask anybody that used to watch, you know, the Tom Baker ones on Channel 11 or, you know,
Yes,
the first thing you'd think of are Daleks
right.
and Cybermen.
Yes.
I mean, how do you not have that?
I mean, you don't think of Zygons? No, exactly. So,
But, I mean, we do, but
Right.
but those are like that's like saying we're going to do a Star Wars thing and there's no Darth Vader ever.
right. Yeah, you can't use Darth Vader after this.
Yeah,
so.
never again. They're finding ways to put him in, and he's been dead for how many years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. It
Well,
makes no
so
sense.
Terry Nation, who is the gentleman, the Daleks, actually owned the rights to them in some kind of power play, I guess, with the BBC. And it wasn't Russell T Davies that said no; it was Terry Nation's estate that said no. Until they
Really?
broke down, I think probably Russell went and said, "This is Doctor Who. We need to use them, or we're going to use somebody else." And their reasoning was it will ruin the brand of Daleks.
We have a ketchup bottle that we could put pumps on. and
Yes.
Guess what?
Exactly. We'll call them the salt. Yeah, no kidding. We'll make something out of it. So
Right.
that'll be good there. Okay, number 9, we talked about Douglas Adams writing several episodes. Douglas Adams wrote a lot of Tom Baker's episodes. He was a
Which is why they're so funny and
Yes.
clever.
uh,
I'm a big Douglas Adams fan. Those books, the Hitchhiker's Guide books,
Oh,
are
yeah.
just
Board
they're
Prefect
just
is the one.
amazing. And if you've never listened to the radio drama of it,
uh,
the radio drama that he produced is the best.
wow.
It's really great. It's one of the things that actually inspired me. The Star Wars radio drama that they did, not to keep harping on Star Wars, but that one and the Hitchhiker's Guide radio drama actually are what inspired me to get into this kind of thing.
That's cool.
You know, when I was a kid, I
Yeah.
was like, I want to do voice stuff.
Yeah.
That was it.
And Hitchhikers was great. I mean, the quirkiness, the British quirkiness of it is just amazing. The
Yeah.
you know,
The Vogons with the poetry, the bad poetry.
before you know what OCDs were, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right.
It's right there. In number 10, Doctor Who is credited with being a big advocate of the home or personal computer. We're really pushing the PC in the 80s, where he used them and actually made them functional. And so he's credited with pushing a lot of that. I don't know about here in America, but definitely in the UK.
Yeah, because I mean, here we had the computers on Star Trek,
Right.
so we were used to that kind of thing.
But you can talk to him. Computer. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could.
I know.
Come on.
Come on, that's the best scene in Star Trek 4, where he picks up the thing and says "computer," and they're like, "No, that doesn't work that way." So, But yeah, so they're credited with doing a lot of that. So all right, so in the beginning, everyone thinks the TARDIS, this iconic thing, was something that they owned. It took them 6 years to actually trademark the TARDIS as a thing for Doctor Who because it's a police box. It was actually owned by London or whoever designed the police box. But after a while, they just kind of assumed it and then took it, and the BBC said, "We're the BBC and we're going to take it," and so they did it. So it took until 1996 for them to actually get the actual rights to do it, even though they've been selling TARDIS stuff and branding it as their own. So, yes.
Interesting.
Well, no, actually, they started in '96. It took till 2002, and they did all this stuff. So, David Tennant, number 12, actually became an actor with his specific goal in mind was to play Doctor Who. So, and we're going to probably talk about this later.
Fantastic. That might be the best one on.
Peter Davison was the first actor to play Doctor Who that watched its show as a child because he grew up watching the show. He was a fan, and in a sense, we've learned that David Tennant obviously was. Peter Capaldi absolutely was.
Absolutely, he had that famous drawing that he sent in.
He wanted to be the president of the fan club.
Right, that's awesome.
I have a script. Hey, he should have done a podcast.
Yeah, right.
I think things worked out for him though. But he actually said in his mind, my goal is I want to play Doctor Who, and that's kind of cool because I think.
I want to marry a doctor's daughter, and
right, which is very weird. Did you see so in the interview with the family, and he married Georgia Moffat, who is no relation to Stephen Moffat, but is Peter Davison, whose actual name is Moffat's daughter. They get married. Her favorite doctor is Tom Baker. The daughter's mom asks, "Who's your favorite doctor?" The little kid goes, "Tom Baker." And they're like, Grandpa and Daddy are going to be upset. Oh, well. She liked Tom Baker the best. So that's kind of funny. That was cute. And I think that was I don't know if that was in the 50th or the Peter Davison one. The doctor tries to get in the 50th. That was a great role.
Right.
That was a BBC. That was fantastic. Best. Okay, next one that we talked about it. Peter Capaldi was a fan too. And he kept bugging. Huge fan. Wanted to be president of the fan club. Wanted to write. Wanted to be in it. Peter Capaldi is good fans with Craig Ferguson. They're from Scotland.
It's very interesting that, Capaldi, this is his last season, right? And he's done his, 3 years?
So this is third season, 4th year. And
here he's leaving.
Hey, popcorn, everybody. We're all set. So
he's leaving in similar ways.
Thank you, Martha.
To how Hartnell left, in that he's making a decision. Now, Hartnell's was medically motivated. Capaldi's is not, but Capaldi is saying, I love this. I love this character. I don't want to leave, but I have to make the right choice for my family. And you know what? It's very similar. Even his whole thing as Doctor Who has been a harkening back, and here it is again. It just reminds me of that.
Well, the people who play that. Bye, guys. Thank you. The people who play that role as a doctor, guys. There's a table open up here. Please share. The guys from Too Much Scrolling don't bite that hard. Truly. That's right. Sit right in front, please. I'll get my big head in there too, and we'll be all set.
Chip, say
it's an all-consuming role. Back in the day, they used to film all the time. They would film 45 weeks a year. Now they film like maybe 6 months, but you are the doctor every single second of every single day.
Right.
You can't go anywhere without being Doctor Who. You can't be anywhere without being
it's
tweeted about it. And it's crazy. And then to top that off, all the comic conventions that you have to go to and all the appearances.
Well, have to? I don't know about have to.
Well,
they started doing it. They realized, wow, we make a lot of money when we go.
Well, sure. Yes.
So I don't know if the BBC's like, you don't go to those comic conventions because our brand is going to suffer if you don't.
But they go to some. They have to go to San Diego for that. They have to go.
I'm sure a few. Right. But they started figuring out, wow, if I do the Midwest tour, I'm going to make a little money.
Oh yeah. What's another 100,000?
We've done that too. Although it cost us money. It really went the opposite way. It didn't work out very well for us.
You didn't sell many pictures.
No.
Many autographs.
No.
All right. So another interesting idea. Sidney Newman, who was the original creator of Doctor Who, or the original talent program director.
By the way, popcorn is probably not the best choice on a podcast.
It's not. My mouth is like dying, but it's okay. He originally had the idea of the Doctor becoming female, and his idea was to get Catherine Zeta-Jones to be the Doctor in the 80s, but they said no.
Yeah, but you know what? as much as you think that might be interesting, that would be the wrong choice.
Probably. Well, back in the '80s when things were going south, who knows?
That would have been a little weird. Good actors, I think extras could be interesting. If you take the time period when she would have been the doctor,
yeah, it would have been rough.
It wouldn't have been what you would think.
Although I don't know some of those Colin Baker episodes. Although Colin Baker was very good in retrospectively,
there's
at the time he was horrible. Retrospectively, he was great. Let's hear. Okay, another one. Benedict Cumberbatch and Hugh Grant both turned down the chance to play the Doctor at one point in time.
Wait a minute. Cumberbatch turned it down. I thought Cumberbatch didn't get it. Oh no, it was Matt Smith.
Yes,
that's next. Sherlock.
Great,
okay.
that's it. No, so next. So go ahead. So Matt Smith did
what? Sherlock, and didn't get it. He lost to Cumberbatch.
And then
the best name ever. Let's all say it. Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah,
Cumberbund.
I use it in my acting classes. That's my warm up, my vocal warm up. I make all the kids say Benedict Cumberbatch. It's
just intentionally just to mess with people.
Well, he wanted to be Benedict Penguin, but he can't say Penguin.
As we learned on Graham Norton.
But Matt Smith tried out for Sherlock, didn't get it, but they remembered him and said,
"What do you mean remembered him? It's Mark Gatiss. Of course they remembered him."
Gatiss was like,
"Well, it's a week. It's not like it's 6 months." Like,
no, it was not that close. And he said, "I know you're not right for Sherlock, but I know exactly who you're right for."
It says a week.
They got it wrong.
I was there.
It was no idea.
It was 8 days. I have
no idea. I'm so full of popcorn.
But that's funny. So, talk about timing and how the things work out. Amy Pond was the same kind of way. She was in the show and they needed a companion. They said, well, maybe she'd be okay, and did something else. And they said, oh, we'll have you back. So that was good. But imagine, both of those guys, Hugh Grant and Cumberbatch, would have been fantastic as the Doctor. But Benedict was not as popular. Hugh Grant, it was a huge name.
Yeah, he was a huge name.
That would have been a rough one. So, in my opinion.
Ooh, imagine Benedict though, especially before we knew him as Sherlock. We would have been amazed by him.
Well, but it's kind of like who's the guy that played Eddie Redmayne? Yeah. Eddie Redmayne would be a fantastic Doctor, but he's already played that character in the Harry Potter universe. So he's done.
Fantastic Beast. He looks exactly like he's the Doctor.
He is playing the Doctor. So all right.
Who do you think is going to be the Doctor?
I don't know.
I like the idea when they were saying they were bannering about Gillian Anderson. I'm like, that is really breaking form, and that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
And how great would it be? Mulder, it's me. Mulder. How great would that be?
Always on the TV is X-Files playing. That would be fantastic. I love this one. That would be great.
It's the best one.
It's the best. Martha's sitting there just like this. It's fantastic.
Mulder's her companion. That'd be awesome.
Scully.
How do you drive this TARDIS with such little feet? See, X-Files people like that joke.
See, when the TARDIS goes like this, she wears such high heels, she's going to fall down.
That's right.
Break a leg, it's going to be bad. So, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think it's somebody we're going to know.
Probably not.
Capaldi's as close as you get to somebody a known quantity. Well, I think the next one we're not going to know.
David Tennant was a pretty known quantity, at least in England when he took it.
In England, not here.
But he was still, he was in Harry Potter. He was
over here. We're not going to know.
Right.
Hey, you.
Maybe, I don't know. Uh-oh. Where's the iPad?
Wait, the sun thing. Hold on a second. We're being interrupted. Are you talking about the drawing that was done for you? It's not Sun. It's Gene Ha drew for you. Yes.
It's that. It's a mockumentary. No.
Yes. Oh, it's in the car, I think.
Live podcasting. Catch it. Catch the fever. This is your life, Rob Southgate. Dad!
All right, welcome to Live at the Blue Box. Are we starting?
Hey, are we recording this? All right, so since we spoiled probably the last 4 or 5 facts, in 2008, both the future Doctor and a future companion were in one episode that was The Fires of Pompeii that starred or co-starred or featured Peter Capaldi and Karen Gillan, both who were Amy Pond.
Wait, Karen Gillan was in that one?
She was one of the soothsayers. What show are you watching?
Listen.
You do a podcast about the show.
I do.
I know.
I know.
It's embarrassing. It's horrible.
You know
yes,
what?
she was in there. And did you know
Who's
Colin?
Amy Pond?
Did you know Colin? Yeah, exactly. You're the person your daughter dresses up second most.
Right.
Amy who? What? Again, we talked about it. The 10th Doctor married the 5th Doctor's daughter, who was the Doctor's daughter, and has a grandchild who likes the 4th Doctor best. That's fantastic.
I feel like we need Austin Powers here to say, "Don't think too hard about
Don't think about it. Yes, that's an English tongue twister if I've ever heard one. That's typically English,
Right.
At least one of them wasn't on Downton Abbey, so we're all set.
I'm talking my mom's language.
Downton Abbey. I lost this. My phone's. Nope.
That's awesome.
But that's it. So
Was that all of them?
we got 18 of the 20, so we'll come up with one. So
What time are we at?
got a little bit of time.
We're doing pretty well.
We are doing pretty well. I want to go over some cool things about this upcoming season that we're going to talk about.
Let's do it.
We can talk about it. So you guys all know Doctor Who is starting next week. Just so you guys know, we will be showing each episode live as it happens here at the Blue Box, starting at 8 o'clock till it's finished. There are 12 episodes. We will be concluding the whole season with a huge party that you're doing, whether you want to or not. But we're also doing it with Chicago Nerd Social Club. This just in. Well, it's not a regular live at the Blue Box night. It's the week before. Saturday, July 1st, but we're going to have a big party.
Hey, it's my birthday.
That is, see? There you go. Get to celebrate your
Everybody
birthday.
bring presents.
Throw things at you, or futures. But we will, we'll be having a big party for that, but that is now officially slated in as July 1st. So we will show that, but we're going to show every episode, whether we're here or not, because there's 3 conventions we're going to be at. Other things are happening, so we'll be doing that. But so this is season 10 of New Who. After a year off, which I hated, but they did because of Sherlock. We're coming back. It is Stephen Moffat's last as showrunner.
Right, this is it.
And Peter Capaldi has announced that this is his last as a Doctor.
Right.
3 is usually going as long as it says. And then they made an announcement that this is Pearl Mackey's only season as a companion.
Yes. Yeah. So at the end of this season, they're basically wiping the slate clean.
Right.
To make way for what's his name, Chibley?
Chris Chibnall.
Chibnall. I was so close. That was closer than I usually am.
Closer than usually is. He got at least the initials right. So
CH was in it, and an I.
There you go. You were there. So yeah, there's a new gentleman who's going to be running the show. His name's Chris Chibnall. He wrote I don't know how many episodes. I think it's like 5, right?
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, which is probably his most famous one. But he also wrote Broadchurch, so not too bad.
Okay. I might get booed for this, but Dinosaurs on a Spaceship is actually one of the weaker episodes. It's the best name of an episode ever, other than Let's Kill Hitler. But it's a great title, and you're like, wow. But then you watch it, and it's a little disappointing. But there is nothing disappointing in Broadchurch. That is a brilliant piece of
Hold
work.
on. The whole part where they're in the holodeck and they're going, who still does? I do.
It's cool, but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best writing. I don't think it's the best.
Hold on. They had
episode.
6 episodes to fill with the ponds, so they said, let's do something cool and put dinosaurs on a spaceship. So I'll give
But
it.
that's what it is.
Right.
You know, I think that it didn't have as much depth as I was
Right.
looking for.
It's a hell of a filler show. But yes,
But it's
you're
still
right.
great.
It
It's got
is.
a great name.
Yes, it does.
So-
But he's taking over in the
Broadchurch is brilliant.
Right. The ru-
Broadchurch,
is the rumor mill says that some people are unhappy in the BBC with the direction that Doctor Who has been going. Some of the younger fans have turned away from Peter Capaldi,
Right.
which I think he's fantastic. He's awesome. But some of the younger fans are looking for the cute, young, attractive Doctor like David Tennant, like Matt Smith were. And so they may go that direction. I don't know.
so we're not expecting the callback. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. No,
Okay.
not unless we can act a lot younger or look. There's not enough CGI in the world. If they can't fix Jar Jar, they can't fix
We'd be
anything.
the second most hated animated characters in a sci-fi movie.
Well, tied for first at worst. So we'd be there, but we don't know what the direction is. The unfortunate thing is there's going to be another long delay because Chibnall is doing
gotta
another
get long.
Broadchurch, and then he's got to do the whole thing.
Didn't they say it was going to be? I mean, it's essentially the same amount of time. He's going to go all the way because it usually comes out in what, October,
Well,
August,
no,
or September.
it depends when they want it to go on. So.
But usually it's been coming out in what, September? Is that right?
Well, it's come out in September or April. It just depends on which way you want to.
I heard it's going to go all the way around to the next September. So it's the same amount of time of delay. That's what I heard.
which is a long time. So
It's a long time.
that's a long time. But
We'll get a Christmas special, I bet.
yes. Oh no, we will, because Stephen Moffat's last episode is.
Oh, he's did the Christmas
They're
special.
doing this next year's Christmas special, which will be, they think is going to be Capaldi's last. We don't know because they show in the trailer. Spoilers.
See his hands.
The show starts to regenerate, but he's done that before where
Now,
he's just
I wonder-
regenerated spots.
I wonder about this. Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Because when I saw that in the trailer, I started wondering if we're going to have that could actually be in the first episode of the season, and it could be.
Maybe.
Well,
Wait,
no,
he
not that he's gone.
he regenerates into Don Rickles.
That would be
Oh,
amazing.
sorry.
That would be amazing. Hey, Daleks, you hockey puck. That would be amazing.
You're a salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah, right.
You're a real
exactly-
monster.
Yeah, right. But imagine if he starts to regenerate in the first episode and he freezes time, and everything you see for that period is exactly what's happening, and that's how you end up having maybe a Clara sighting because she's kind of frozen in time.
Well, but you can see her, and
But they're holding her. She's like held in that time period. As soon as she comes out of it, she's dead. And maybe he does the exact same trick. Maybe they're going to throw that back. So we're going to see him start to regenerate, and he freezes it. And now what we see play out is him grasping at straws to try not to have that happen.
Right.
And ultimately, he can't stop it. And maybe
Maybe.
we'll see that, Clara's thing,
maybe, I don't know. That's good.
I'm available for sound
it.
effects, just so you know.
You ruined season 10 just now.
And I,
Thank you.
spoiler,
Spoiler. Well, I mean, so they're, maybe, I don't know.
are they ever going to bring back his granddaughter?
What?
Jenny. What's her name, Jenny?
Daughter.
Yeah, they're going to
Well,
bring
no,
her back.
they,
Susan's his granddaughter. They're going to bring her back?
no.
Why?
Because she's like 70.
Steven's like, no, I know all about it. Yeah, she's like,
She
well,
is.
yeah, but what would that matter?
I don't
He's
know.
traveling through time and space.
Well, he did. He saw Sarah Jane when she was older, so
He saw Clara when she was older. Why not?
I don't know. Maybe they can't afford her. I don't know.
They don't have to bring back the same actress, so they got to do something where they bring back Jenny.
Well, no, they said she flew into a star. Stephen Moffat and some.
Wait, which one am I talking about? I'm talking about the granddaughter from the very
Right.
first season.
Yes.
Susan. Yeah, the other one flew into a star. At least that's what he said.
That's what Stephen Moffat said, that she flew into a star.
Lame.
Bad driving. What
Yep.
can I say?
Lame.
It is lame. So that would be good if they revisited it. But there's a couple of things that we have learned that have been announced by the BBC. Missy is going to be back, Michelle Gomez, as the Master. But in that episode, they're bringing back the Master, played by John Sim.
That is such good news.
That's going to be insane because they're both really good and both really crafty. And
I don't know what they're going to do with that, but it sounds to me like the Four Doctors type episode.
what's her
Four
name? Is going to
Masters.
die again. What's her name? I can't think of her name.
Huh?
Osgood. Osgood's
Osgood.
going to die again.
I always love Osgood. You know what they really need to do is have them and then bring back the guy that played Mycroft and have him be a master
Oh,
like the next generation. So you have three masters,
Well-
but he's still that kooky guy. And we're like, it's Mycroft. Is it a crossover? It would be so great.
that would be. Or who played? And I can't think of his name. I'm trying. Who played the Master before he turned into John Sim? Then went at
Oh,
what was his name? What? Yeah. And
Don
he's-
Rickles.
Yeah, Don Rickles. I mean, he was fantastic. Imagine if they could get him to do it again. Then they get
Amazing.
three of them, and then
the masters.
Eric Roberts. Let's throw it in there. So, just saying.
The five
The five.
masters.
That was in one of the things with.
You know what? Watch it be that. We'll be watching it be like the five masters. We're like, no, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, because of the writer's strike, they're on. Yeah,
No,
he's boating somewhere just with Lala Ward. That would be great. That would just be we're gonna.
I thought that was
freeze
if Zack Snyder directed it.
them.
Yeah.
No,
Oops.
Martha. Sorry, they're there. So, but they've got that going on. There are a lot of people that have been recently in BBC shows, which is a big surprise. So a couple of people from Downton Abbey, some other people that are guesting. This year there's supposed to be a 3-part episode of. So they're supposed to be 3, but they're not all written by Stephen Moffat. So Mark Gatiss is writing one of them, and it's supposed to be
good.
Yeah, it'll be good. So I don't know if that's the one where they bring the
there's the 5 masters.
Right. That would that would be him. He would just be like, that's it. And Benedict Cumberbatch comes in. It'll be great.
Oh, man.
Because maybe
All he does is come in and say his name. My acting teacher taught me to say this. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Penguin. Yes. That would be, or he plays all the masters. Mark Adams.
All the masters.
He plays Fat Suit Master because he did that in Sherlock.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great. So that would be good. Bill Pearl Mackie, who plays Bill Potts, literally they say in the first line, so it's not a big spoiler, comes out as the first openly gay character. Even though people will say Jack Harkness is, they don't. He never says it.
I thought he did. Well, maybe he didn't say the
No,
words.
they show it in Torchwood. They do, but they never say it in Doctor Who. But
I swear he made a reference.
Well, he did to a boyfriend, and he did to something else.
Yeah.
And then at the end of time, he
flat
said,
out, doors kicked open.
right, doors kicked open. She's like, my girlfriend says blah blah blah.
Right.
So I mean, she goes. It kind of gets a lot
Kind
of
of
them.
surprising it's taken this many years for him to run into one.
Well, exactly, but yeah, I mean, and there have been hints of other.
That's right.
Well, she's mixed heritage. They're gonna clean the whole slate with
Do it all at once.
one shot. Stephen Moffat's getting that out there, so that's good there.
Now, I hear she's really funny.
Mhm.
I hope that doesn't affect the tone, because I think Moffat can kind of go that route.
Yes.
So I hope that he doesn't, because I hope that she's really great, because the previews, I think she looks really good.
That's funny you say that because I have a lot of through
Are you
Blue
referring to
Box.
the popcorn again?
No, I'm saying through the Blue Box. Obviously we reach a lot of people. There's a big split between whether they like Bill or not.
All right.
I've had a lot of people saying no. What do you
None
guys
of us
think?
seen him. I want to get a poll. Quick poll.
Blue Box. Live at the Blue.
Sound effects and everything. Do you like, what is his name, Bill?
Bill.
Raise your hand if you like Bill, if you think Bill's going to be a good one.
Wow.
What if you think Bill is not?
That's 3.
What if you think Bill is not going to be a good companion? 1.
1.
So, a lot of you didn't vote, which is how we ended up in this situation. Yes.
Hey, wait! It's a local election this round, so
Yes.
14% of you participated. Thank you, America.
Hold on, Chip's going to get up here and give you some a lesson in economics, and going to talk to you about how this exactly went down. That's what I was going to say.
This is why you have to vote 2 days later. It's like, hey, kid.
All right, so we still don't really have a consensus, which we're not going to until we see her.
No.
But I think from the little bit I've seen, I'm like, you know what? I'm down with this. I think she's great.
This is what I'm worried about. I hope
that first episode of the Bride one, that was the worst. And I love Catherine Tate, and I hated that one so much, so I'm worried about that happening again.
Well, what I worry about is he's going to take the qualities that we don't like from all of the companions, because he'll take like the Billy Piper, he'll take the bad parts of Donna, the bad parts of whatever, and kind of highlight them because the accent I think she's going to be good, but I can see that where it's like Piper, where she was just like this obnoxious little brat. Yeah, where she was much more than that, but there were times where you're like, what are you doing here?
Right. If he stresses those things, it could actually be a misstep. I really hope that's not the case.
Where it seems like she's maybe the good foil because he is a little cranky, he is a little old, he's a little get off my lawn, and she's going to be like, hey, up yours, old man. So
I have a third question for the poll. So we had, how about don't care, it's still Doctor Who, I'm going to watch it. That got the most votes.
You can't vote 3 times. You voted twice.
Yes, you can, because if we're doing American again, because it was actually kind of clever, but forget it.
No, it wasn't.
So, all right, what do we have now? Oh, we have do you have more?
No, I'm just saying that there's, the latest trailer they put out looks fantastic.
Amazing.
They've got old school Cybermen, they've got Daleks, they've got other people. I would love it if they bring the flat people back, but I don't think they're going to, because that was a really interesting, the power plug, that's awesome. Technology, live with it. I mean, it just looks good. And they showed him starting to regenerate, although there is precedent that Time Lords will use some of their regeneration powers to heal somebody else. Matt Smith did it, River Song did it, David Tennant did it. So there is the precedent that he could use that for something else to save him. And we didn't even talk about Nardole coming back. And I think Matt Lucas...
Nardo from Taxi?
Nardole from Taxi. But I was rewatching the Husbands of River song, and he was actually really funny. He's a great, kind of
So
straight
he's
man.
coming back?
He's a full
Oh,
companion.
yeah, right. That's
And,
right.
you know, even in Husbands of River song, he was the guy. He's like the
What
he's like
Matt
the
Lucas-
wrangler. He's like he's going to keep them all.
Yeah,
And
Matt Lucas is so good.
Yeah.
That guy's hilarious. So, you guys ever watch the show Little Britain?
oh yeah, he's fat.
There's a really dirty episode. And I'm not going to go into details.
1 or 20 because they're all
right.
bad.
No, there's one where the one guy, the taller guy, is like an adult man-child. Yeah, really seek that one out because it's filthy and it is the funniest thing you'll ever see. It is unbelievable. That's all I'm going to say on that subject because of you. So
Not Molly.
I want to play a game. We have a game. So we create game shows here sometimes. Okay. We're not going to do one of them where I put anybody on the spot except for some of you.
Chip and Steve.
So
Not ruining the spoiler, but
we have a game that Martha's not in the room. Martha's my wife. Martha,
she's smart. She left.
yeah, she's right. But Fritz is out when we played this game. We call it the 30-second game. Actually, it's got another name, but we're not going to call it that tonight because she's not here. I don't want to. I'm going to save it for when she's here and we can torture her with it. So it's a 30-second game. Here's how it works. What we do to her is we'll say, you have 30 seconds to name all the Harry Potter books. And then we bet, as an audience, how many is she going to guess? Martha's not here, so somebody else has to come up here, and we're going to do it on Doctor Who subjects. Who would like to come up here and be the guinea pig? Who thinks they know Doctor Who and can kick its butt?
We do have to get Nathan at some point, but that's
Let's start with you. Come up here. Yeah.
no pressure. If Molly beats you, we get
And,
the hat of shame
Facebook Live, enjoy my stomach now.
with popcorn on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right.
He's drinking out of the most awesome cup, by the way.
There we go. All right, have a seat. I'm going to switch places. So here's how we're going to do this. Don't look.
Don't look.
No
No
lookies.
cheating.
No lookies. So we're going to ask a subject, and we're going to take contestants. We're going to try to figure out how many he can answer in the 30 seconds. Somebody has to time because I
got
go
it.
like 1 second. Be like, that's it. Time's up. Okay. So you're
It'll
going
be,
to time it.
It'll be right here.
Okay. So let's see if this works. I'm going to see if it works with having all of you. We always make this stuff up, so trust me, it's going to be terrible. So we're going to ask him a question. Should we have? Let's just do it. Yeah.
What's your name?
Peter Bertoni.
Peter.
Peter. And you're a Who fan? Yes. Yeah, you found it.
Yeah, they just picked it up off the Walgreens.
Big fan of Roger Daltrey?
Yes, I am.
There we go.
How about
Okay.
Bert Cummins? Oh, that's
So I'm going to
Jesse.
name a subject. I don't want you to say a word. We know nothing about our friend Peter, right? I'm going to ask one of these, and we're going to try to guess how many he can guess or how many he can name in 30 seconds. You're going to think it's easy. Guess what? It's not easy. You think you know all the Harry Potter books? Try and do it in 30 seconds when you're up here with a microphone. You're like, I can do it. Great. You can't. So, you a big Who fan?
Yes.
Big.
Big new Who fan or
Big.
an old? Which do you
Big,
prefer?
yes.
New or old? All of the above.
How about mini webisodes? I'm just asking. How about
No,
theme
no.
music? No. We're
No,
not asking that
that's
question.
me. But no, Philip's not here. All right. Then I'm going to give you a tough one. Don't say a word.
Oh.
Don't make
So-
a face.
We're going to give you time to think about it before we do this. So
How many Tom Baker episodes do you think he can name in 30 seconds? Titles of Tom Baker episodes.
And if they're close, we're going to give it to them.
I was
but
going to
not
say, this is
together.
why I'm struggling. Do I go like, how many do you think, or should I say as a group? Five. Seven?
I'm going to say
This is how we're going to do it. Whatever we're going to keep. Okay, 7 is it. Everybody go to a 7.
I'm going to say 12.
You're mean. I'm going to say 7.
Peter and I look like we got
No.
something here. 12.
Peter, how many do you think you can name? No, don't tell me. Let's just do it. Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready. So I'm going to give you a 5-second countdown, and then you start.
Let's see if he beats you. I just want to know, do you think you can name 7? Or can you beat 7? You got to beat 7.
Yeah, I think I can.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
If he goes
start.
for 9 or like 8, you would have won. And it's his fault.
I'm
He
saying
did it.
12. I'm still sticking with it. All right, I'm
Wow.
bold. I'm
Wow.
aggressive. All right, Peter, we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Robot, Ark in Space, Centauran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen,
Yes.
Leisure Hive, Pirate Planet,
Halfway there.
Androids of Tara, Power of Kroll, Armageddon Factor,
5,
Flickopolis,
4, 3,
Horns of Nyman,
2,
Creature
1.
from the Pit.
Dude, all right.
Holy
13.
cow.
13. He gets a point. He gets a toy for that. All right.
Man, holy cow.
So,
Guess how many I could have named? Anyone want to guess?
2.
0.
Come on. All right. So
We have time.
these are from our sponsor.
These are from Entertainment Earth. They sent us these to raffle off, and we said, we're not going to raffle them off. We're going to give them away when we do our contest. So, I guess it's a raffle, right? It's something.
Yes.
You got a Doctor Who toy, but you got to open
You got to
I wanna
open
know
it in
what
front
you got
of
in
we
there.
do. And if it's a River song, I'm going to trade sandwiches. And I'm going to trade a guest spot on Too Much Scrolling tomorrow for this.
I want to know what the
Tomorrow,
value
when we're
proposition
doing it.
is in that.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, it's in a bag inside.
No,
I
I
hope it is. I hope he sits down with it.
River song. River song.
Ah!
What is it?
Oh, yes!
Oh, Cowboy Max Smith.
Well
Nice.
done.
Name the episode.
Well done. Yeah, name the episode.
Yeah, that's that one, guys.
Yeah.
Last astronaut. First astronaut.
The hat,
First
the hat one.
Astronaut. The
Yeah.
astronaut.
What is it?
It is the Impossible Astronaut. There we
The
go.
Impossible
Yes.
Astronaut, yes.
Sorry, that was unfair to throw that on you, but yeah,
No,
congratulations.
it wasn't. The guy got 13. Yay.
And who said 12, by the way? This guy. Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's-
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Here.
good for him.
All right, Nathan, you have a tough. He got 13. You're gonna have
You
to
have a
stop.
tough one. All right. Who wants to come up? I won't be as mean as that was a mean one, and he crushed it. Who wants to come up?
Hey, Chris, how we doing?
Chris, or Nathan, get up here.
Chris,
Get up here. You're playing the game. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here.
You're being
Get up
subbed.
here. Get up here.
We have-
Get up here. Get up here. Get up here.
hey,
Get up here. I'm badgering.
Martha, no more sugar. No more coffee.
Hey, it's
All right.
Nathan.
Hey, everyone, this is Nathan. Nathan is a barista here at Blue Box Cafe. And so
Unfortunately.
not unfortunately. So,
Just kidding.
Yeah, you better watch that.
Right, so we just opened up the restaurant, and there's literally we're getting ready to open, and I started a Facebook page. Nathan is the second follower that we had, and so he comes in, and you can tell the story later if you want about how.
I would very much like to. It's a great story.
He completely stalked us, and now he works here. But that's good. See, stalking does pay off.
Stalking is a harsh word. I would like to say aggressively followed.
In an uncomfortable man. No, not at all. Not at all. Nathan's great.
Although,
He's been-
thanks, Chris. Everyone in the audience thinks I'm a
You've been with
stalker.
us a couple years, a year and a half.
A year and a half.
So that's fantastic.
Although behind the scenes, I call Nathan Chris's son to Chris all the time.
Yes.
Is your
That's
son
true.
going to be there today?
Yes.
Nice.
So how did you find it? This is
How did I
kinda
find? Okay, so basically, I was on Facebook, and a friend of mine at the time, when I just started getting into Doctor Who, shared there's a place in Sweden called the TARDIS Cafe, and the outside of the building is built and colored and structured to look like the outside of the TARDIS. So when you look at it from the street, you just see a gigantic TARDIS in the street, and then there's like a door to go in, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. I want to go here. So I posted it. Literally the next morning, friend of mine tags me in a post, said, hey, Nate, have you seen this? And it's the sign that says Blue Box Cafe coming next week. And I'm just like, I'm going to live here. I'm going to own this place when I
He
grow
did,
older.
by the
Like,
way.
so the first day I came in here dressed as Matt Smith, and I'm pretty sure all the employees were just like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get people like this all the time, aren't we?"
And we do.
And unfortunately, they did. I came here like every week for like a year or so, I think,
Yes.
and then yeah.
So then,
rest is history.
so we're chatting and we're just talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's great. I need a job and all this stuff." I'm like, "Hey, how would you like to work here?" His jaw dropped. He's like,
I was like,
"Yeah,
"You're kidding
yeah,
me, right?"
I'll start tomorrow, and he's been here a year and a half. So
Came
it's
in for
been great.
breakfast, left with a job. Good day.
There. So it pays off the stock sometimes, but in a good way. So aggressively follow. Is that what
Aggressively,
we're
we're getting a
doing?
T-shirt for him that says "Stalking is good." Is that
Stalking,
what-
stalking is good. So we're going to do the same thing with Nathan. He's going to have his is going to be a little bit more limited though because there's only there's
Right,
a few
you
more
have-
answers, but
Yeah, you got it. This is okay. I just want to know how many you think he's going to get. He's got 30 seconds. And do you think
Wait.
we should do 30 or should we do less for him?
No,
Do you
it's-
think he's going to crush
no,
it?
you should get 30 because
I want to hear what my topic
So
is.
your topic is going to be
No, that's
No.
all I say.
he needs to know one that he gets to think about. Then we ask the question like we do
He can
here.
think about it, but I don't want him to say like, "Oh, I
Like,
got
this is going to be so embarrassing if the guy dressed as a doctor, like, you're going to give me something,
Okay.
I'm going to, like, literally know none of it.
No, if you get it wrong, that would be the best
Okay,
part.
you're going to hear what it is right now anyway.
Okay.
Here's the topic. You took it away from me.
How can you not remember? What's wrong with you? ADP.
Popcorn and sugar.
Caffeine.
Hey,
Caffeine.
all right. You have to name the piece of clothing. How do we worded this very oddly?
So each
Piece
doctor
of
has a
clothing
unique
each
piece of
doctor is
clothing.
known for.
Oh,
So
dude.
between us, we have one brain.
So, like, am I allowed a little bit of lenience with this? Because, like, some of them have a couple things.
Yes.
Like,
You, so you
like
have to-
so,
No,
Sylvester
no
McCoy.
lenience.
Well, like, Sylvester McCoy has the
No.
bowler hat and the umbrella with
So
a question mark.
you get one
And
of
he
them,
named
you
both. So, like, do I have to
But you just
name
named
all
both.
of them? Okay.
Yeah, name one. for
Name
each
one
doctor.
for each
And
doctor.
I don't have to name every single one, not in order, just as many as I can get.
Correct. No, crowd. What do you think?
Do you think? How many do you think he's going
There's
to get?
13 doctors. What do you think?
5.
I think he's going to name 20.
Aren't
and there's
there
only 13.
15 technically?
There are technically 15, but who knows what
And is it
Truthfully.
also, is it only
10.
items of clothing, or is it, like, things?
items of
Yeah.
clothing, items of clothing that he would carry.
5.
Okay,
Up
So
to 10.
you can't say sonic screwdriver because they.
Okay,
well,
fair.
So
Fair.
13 of them have one. Yes.
We've had 10 laid out there. Audience, is that too much? Or are we going for 10?
I think you are way too optimistic.
I think you shouldn't tell them because we want to see what they say.
I'll do 13.
Well,
You'll do like
but the
24.
audience, what do you think? 10?
I think he's getting them.
All right, let's try it. Are you ready, Nathan?
It's
No,
gonna be
but let's
12, 'cause
go
I think,
anyway.
I think William Hartnell's gonna be a hard one, but that's decided. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got William Hartnell. I know exactly right off the top of my head.
Well, I know you do, but you won't know what David Tennant is.
No, I
doing.
know.
All right. So
Are you ready?
you got 30 seconds.
Sure.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Matt Smith, bow tie, David Tennant's trench coat. You got Capaldi's like magician's jacket thing, I guess if that counts, or his Doc Martens. Sylvester McCoy's got the bowler hat and the umbrella. Tom Baker has the scarf and the hat. Dang it, now I'm blanking. The War Doctor's got like his leather jacket, his war belt. Chris Eccleston has the leather jacket. Patrick Troughton had like the plaid shorts, I guess. If you want to count, like, they're like shorts or whatever. You know what I mean?
1.
And then John Pertwee had the cape.
Oh, you got 9.
Damn.
Dang.
I was
I
saying
actually
John
gave-
Pertwee's cape as I like ended off.
You
I
got-
don't know if that
Eight,
counted.
but we'll give you 9.
We'll give you 9.
Okay, what was
But
wait, what was the one I
so
didn't
now
get?
you actually have to give us one of the toys.
So you didn't
That's
do.
how it works.
Well, William Hartnell would have
So what did
said
I
a
what did I
black
miss?
coat or
No,
gray
the
hair.
hat.
The hat. So William,
I was gonna say the hat, or he had a
You can say
sometimes
Peter
he had a bowler
Davison.
tie.
Peter Davison,
Picture Hartnell.
celery or cricket
And then
outfit,
Colin Baker's crazy rainbow jacket.
crazy rainbow jacket.
I
Yeah,
could have said them all, but it's like finding the words in under 30 seconds and then actually saying them all.
it's hard.
So in other words, you figured out.
I mean, yeah.
Nathan,
9.
we need another one now. Good job, Nathan.
All right.
You were
Good
close.
job.
So wait, I just like select the next tribute. Is that how this works?
Oh! You just fixed the game. Do it.
All right. So who went first? So I don't pick the same person.
Peter.
I was helping customers, so I didn't see.
Go ask who wants to do
Oh,
it.
Yeah, that's probably the
he
best
did it.
way.
Peter did it.
I see this nice young man in a Tom Baker scarf in the front row here.
Uh-oh.
I think he might not
And
be
he's
avoiding my
inching this
gaze.
way. Yeah, look at this shirt. Get up here.
Get it. He's got the cool shirt, though. All right. All right, what's your name?
Nolan.
Noah or Nolan? Nolan.
Nolan. All right. And is your mic on? Just make sure your mic is on.
Yes, it's wait, is it?
Can we hear you?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
All right.
okay.
Speaking
All right,
to
so
the mic.
Nolan. Nice to meet you, Nolan. Do you know Doctor Who?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard of it. Sorry.
The secret of radio and podcasting, speak into the mic.
Yes.
Unless you're me or a Lil, then we just get recorded.
And just speak somewhere outside and it will pick you up.
Right. And somewhere your wife is going to get mad at you.
Yes.
But that's. Hi, honey.
That's podcasting. All right. Do you know Doctor Who? Pretty good?
It varies.
New Who or Old Who? Or All Who? New Who. Let's be fair to this guy.
So Tom Baker companions. No, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
It's going to feel like a
Favorite
softball.
lines.
It's not. It's going to feel like a softball. I'm just telling you that right now.
Mhm.
How many? We're going to stick to New Who. Stop going Old Who. Yeah, who are you? Yes.
Who?
Doctor New Who companions. How many can he name?
Eminence front.
From New Who. 5. How many can he name? Companions on New Who. Character names.
What are you making the rules now?
No, he's right.
I would even go as far as if they spent time on the TARDIS, more than just walking in would be a companion.
Okay, so we're going to add to it because companions might be fairly easy for him. He can also do spent time on the TARDIS. Because there are people that have been on for a couple episodes. They seem like, wow, is this guy going to be a companion?
Right.
And then they're not. They count.
They do count.
Got it?
Hey, Martha, we can make fun of her now. She's here.
We're playing the 30
Hey!
Martha, we're playing the 30-second game in your honor.
Yes.
All right.
So
So what do we think? We said 5? 6?
7? We have.
Okay, we're kind of stuck on 6 or 7.
What
What do you guys think? 6 or 7?
So,
Easier to hear when Chris isn't singing. 6 or 7?
Trust me, that wasn't bad enough.
7. 7?
Over. We're gonna hook you. Hooked.
We're going to go with 7.
We're going with
Can
7.
you do 7?
Maybe.
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 New
That's
Who.
not confidence.
But there's some crossover. But that's
Yes,
that's
yes,
fine.
there is crossover. So there's a lot more acceptable in this than you probably imagine.
Yes.
So are you ready?
So it's companions and anybody else who's been on the TARDIS. Like,
Who spent some time on the TARDIS? Like somebody that you go, they're kind of technically, they could be a companion or they should be a
Well,
companion.
there have been people who have been called companions, and then people who are companions that aren't companions.
Right.
But we said on the TARDIS, but I just saying because I had to include her or him. Okay, so you ready? So we're
Are you
start-
ready?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 5,
Oh.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Rose, Donna, Clara, River, Rory,
15
uh,
seconds.
No, he's got to get 2 more to beat him.
14.
Hey,
9. Hey.
hey, Tennille.
Oh, that's it.
Oh!
6 was good. Who called 6? You got hooked.
Yeah.
You got
No,
hooked.
you said 7.
7. She said 6.5. 6.5.
You
That
didn't
was
beat
pretty
him.
good.
I don't know who wins. I don't know who wins, but good job.
You did a good job.
6 was good. Yeah.
Nolan,
Nolan,
but
went
you do have to
wide.
open it for Facebook.
Yeah, you got to open it. This is because Entertainment Earth sent us these, and they're awesome for sending these our way. So, yeah, they have great stuff. If you've ever been to their website, it's all like toys and shirts and mugs
Fun.
and stuff.
And if this is a river song, you have a choice of keeping that or getting an economics lesson. We got Idris. That's
Nice.
good. That's a very awesome. Congratulations on
Well done.
There you go, buddy. Thanks.
Do you want to pick the next tribute? Who wants to come up and do it? That hand went up. He picked you. All right, are we ready?
Are we-
I'm gonna get his name.
How many episodes can you name in 30 seconds? Oh, that's part 1 and part 2.
Right.
That's 2, technically.
I only see the episode numbers, so I can name 24. Kidding. 1, 2, 3. What's your name?
Mikey.
Mikey.
Love it. Have you been here before?
Once I think.
Once before. It's a great place, right? Did you look behind the call box back there?
Not yet. I heard about it.
Yeah, you need to do that. So, are you a big Who fan?
Yeah, I've seen only New Who though.
Turn your mic towards
I've only
you.
seen New Who though.
I can't. I'm on this side.
What is he? Number 3? What do I have to turn up?
I'll do it.
This one?
Only New Who.
Only New Who?
I've read some of the books, but besides that.
Okay.
There we go.
Speaking
All right.
on speaker. Hold it straight out. 'cause
So
it kinda-
only knew Who,
Yeah.
and you know it pretty well.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah. All right. This is another one that could be a little loose interpretation, so you might have gotten lucky here.
Nothing says loose interpretation more than Rob Southgate.
How many functions of the TARDIS, exact buttons, can you name? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding!
How many round things within 5 are in the TARDIS?
He started like melting. They're like,
That's the
oh,
kitchen sink thing. That's all.
The thingamabobber, yes.
great. I won the economics lesson. So, all right, Mike.
Wait, Chris can answer that, by the way, I bet.
No, that's a ridiculous question. Okay. How many monsters, we're calling them monsters, from New Who can Mikey name?
Can they also come from Old Who too?
No, well, they have to be in the
What did
New
I
Who.
say,
Yeah, they have to be-
Mikey?
What
I say?
They're in the Old Who and the New Who.
Yeah, they're in
I
New
think we
Who.
found a new co-host.
He's
good.
He's a new fall guy.
That's right.
Is your name Edward?
Can we
Is
go
your
to
name
Edward?
It'll be changed to Edward.
I've got a puppet.
He's
that's
Mikey
just
Edward.
like you.
He's Mikey Edward.
That doesn't
Mikey
sound-
Edward.
That doesn't sound creepy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now he's funnier than Edward. Okay, Mikey Edward. New Who monsters. Yes, they could have been on the old show.
Okay.
The old Who, they could have been on, but they've got to be from the New Who. How many New Who monsters can you name? 6. 4. Mark,
I have
you're already
confidence.
out.
I have confidence.
6. 7.
Yeah,
6. 4. Yeah, we already
I'm
went
not
past
big fan,
4.
so I wouldn't have
There's
confidence.
something wrong with that table. Huh? 8. That's not 8.
You did not say 8.
Or did you do this? That's
Is
8.
she like?
Actually, I'm missing part of my
Is
finger.
she working at the board of
That's
trade?
7.5.
I didn't know that's what you did, Deb.
Right. So we're saying 8?
I'm bad at
I'm going to say
names, so
43. No pressure.
You do deserve to
I
be
got
on this
44.
show.
Got it.
He's got 44.
Names. You totally should be on
I
this
don't know
show.
names,
Wait.
so
He's a regular.
He's
All
not
right.
you.
What do you guys think? How many?
Anyone?
5.
thanks for the support.
6. 8.
Is there something bad going on? behind
Okay,
us?
so what should we say? Should we say
6. I think 6 is a good. 6. Everyone 6.
6?
What's your mom say? 6. 4 then.
All
Okay.
right. My mom made the decision. It's 6. If you don't win,
Hold
it's her fault.
Geekstradamus says
I take no
over.
responsibility.
Geekstradamus says over. Mikey,
Okay.
I have a lot of confidence in you.
I have
Now,
confidence in you too,
just want to
Mikey.
let you know that this toy is probably not going to be yours, but that's
If
okay.
it's a river, if it's a
I
river
have confidence in
song,
you.
you're getting beat up in the parking lot. Just so you know.
Not again.
Wait,
If you get it wrong, you have to do pull-ups.
all you
That would have
little
been my
kids,
biggest torture.
I
when
will
was your
give you
age.
a cookie if he gets a river song and you beat him up. But no, no.
Not
How
again.
did it turn so quickly?
If Mikey gets a river song, it'll be very lucky. But I think he's going to win. All right, you ready,
If it's a
Mikey?
River song, I bet he gets a free sandwich at some point.
He does,
I have a
absolutely.
feeling there's some
No, no.
mooching going
River
on
sounds a villain, right?
Yeah.
So,
All right, are you ready?
So Mikey, new.
6.
Hold on. New Who monsters. The number is 6. You just got to name different monsters.
You have to name 7 to beat them.
7 to beat them. So you're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
The mannequins from the first episode, Weeping Angels, Daleks, Cybermen, The Empty Child, Silence, the Mummy from the train episode.
I'll give you that one.
You got 19 seconds here at 7.
I don't know what name.
5.
I always wonder what happened to Henry Winkler. But you got 6 seconds. 5,
Davros.
4,
Davros!
3, 2. That's it.
You know what? You pulled it out with
Dude,
Davros. That's awesome.
That was awesome. Mikey! Yes! All right.
You got to open
Mikey,
it here,
you
buddy.
got to open it in front of the camera for Facebook Live. Dun, dun, dun.
Mikey, I am so proud of you as the new Edward.
This
on the
is gonna be
show.
Rory.
You've done a
You are.
wonderful job.
There you go.
Who's the flat lady?
Cassandra.
Oh, Cassandra.
That is Peter Capaldi, isn't it?
No.
Oh, is it the Master? No, it's not. Not 9 with a tie. He doesn't have a tie.
That's Canton.
Oh, it's Canton and Delano Everett the third.
It says Canton right here. Look.
Canton. There you go. Awesome.
If you use a Sharpie and put sunglasses on him, it's a man in black,
Oh no,
which is awesome.
that's good.
Well done, Mikey.
Well done,
Thank
Mikey.
you.
Good job.
Woo! All right, what time are we at?
7:27.
7:27. Let's do one more round, and then we're going to do that.
Hardest trivia.
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever. So we need one more person, or Mikey's going to make you come up.
Anyone want to be ridiculed besides Rob?
No? Okay.
Okay, Chip. You're now
No,
time for
they're
revenge.
pointing at you.
Yes.
Which one?
Rick, we have to
Chip's
give,
very
we have to
quiet
give Martha
tonight.
a minute just to start.
All right.
You have a friend that told you about Lego Batman.
They were the English
Chip.
monsters, right? The
Right.
English,
30 seconds.
English robot monsters.
Explain the prisoner's dilemma. Go. No, I'm kidding. All right. Sorry.
Guns and butter.
That's
Go.
a joke just for us.
Only 30 seconds?
30 seconds.
Are we-
Should I
I
introduce
thought that
myself,
was
Rob?
funny.
Yes, you should because Rob's not going to.
All right. My name
What?
is Steve. I run a podcast called Too Much Scrolling, and
Is that what we're making references to?
some of you have heard of it and haven't listened to it, which is fine.
They've also
It's
done it
fine.
when we did our podcast marathon 2 years in a row.
That's
Too Much
right.
Scrolling's been here.
We've been here several times doing live shows, and we're
Yes.
going to do a MST3K panel that's going to come out this Friday when MST3K launches on Netflix on Friday. Those of you who haven't heard of that, it's kind of like Doctor Who, but funny.
Doctor Who's not funny?
It's hilarious.
There you go.
It's
The laugh a minute.
It's a laugh of
The Raven,
one. Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
Yes,
Great.
Clara. All right. So,
Poor
Steven, you know what? We'll give you can give your social media at the end of this. I want to torture you. first.
Plug.
Whatever
No,
question
no,
is
I
two.
need the end of this. Then we're going to make Martha come up here and we're going to ask her questions. Okay, take that. All right, so new who, old who, all who?
The whole gambit.
The whole game.
The whole thing.
You can pull one off of here.
Should we give them places that K9 broke down? so we have a Facebook group, and one of our friends comes up with, oh, places that K9 broke down. I'm like, what? She's like, no. Yes. Good question. God love her. I was like, oh my God.
The TARDIS? A planet?
I know E-Space.
No.
That's about it.
I think that one.
Yes, that would be great.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You're a smart
Now this
adult.
Oh boy.
But you're
This
a
one-
teacher. You can figure this out.
Yes. This is in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
There's a tip, so be brutal. Listen, this is all who. All of time and space. So it's not just New Who. That gives you a big palette to work from. Got it?
Yes, I'm there
So
with
his
you.
question
Still
is,
terrified.
you need to name the historical figures that have been featured on Doctor Who.
Real life historical figures, their
Not-
names that
That
appeared
appeared as characters on Doctor Who.
on Doctor Who.
Yes. How many do you think he can name? How many?
10. Do you know 10 historical figures?
Man.
Hold on. A 0? No, 1?
Seven.
I was going to think 10 or 12. 7?
Can I describe them by size?
You have to do them in order.
Alphabetically.
No.
How many do we
Chronologically.
honestly think?
Chronologically.
Is it 10?
Historical figures.
Historical figures that have appeared on Doctor
10.
Who.
Chip.
Come on.
Woo! Mikey, you're allowed to hit him with a chair.
30 seconds to name people's
I
names.
said 12.
Historical figures,
We're
of
saying
which I know
10.
nothing.
We'll see if the audience beats Chris.
I know nothing about history. I know only about the future.
Okay.
Okay,
YouTube
so
Conquer does
2.
not appear on it, so 10. Very good. Very good.
Oh
and some
boy.
people have
I
said
think
20.
10. I think you can nail 10.
I'm not
nice. You're
sold
nice.
on 10. I'm not gambling on 10.
He's not nice.
It's a
He said
figure.
17.
This river song in this box.
I need a final answer.
I
10.
I'm
say you
not
can get
sure that it's
10.
worth 10. It
All right.
sounds like a river song.
I'm
10 is the
Steve,
magic
I'm worth 8.
number.
You're pretty much.
That is very true. That is very true. George Lucas.
I do.
I think we do.
They do mention him.
Jar Jar
10
Binks.
is the number.
Boss Nash.
Are we ready?
No.
Excellent.
10 is the number.
All right, you're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Queen Elizabeth.
Joke.
The Churchill. And
Not Churchill.
17 seconds.
cut his ear off. Van Gogh.
3, 10 seconds.
Mark Twain. That's a Star Trek episode.
5, 4,
Rob
Three,
Southgate and
2,
Chris Mount.
1.
Yeah.
That's 25. You win!
Oh, I forgot
You
to
got
tell
5.
you, if you lose, you don't get to plug your show, and Mikey gets to kick you right in the crotch.
Mikey's ready. Mikey's
Sorry.
ready to kick somebody.
Yeah. So, no, you know what? That was a tough one.
That was a
I
tough
thought
one.
when you said Mark Twain that you were going to like, no, I'm kidding. It's the one who wrote Christmas Carol because he was on
Dickens.
there. And
Dickens, Shakespeare,
Dickens,
Shakespeare's
Shakespeare,
been-
Hitler.
Pentagon Literary. I said
King
Churchill.
Nefertiti.
Hitler,
I said Hitler. The Incas.
and
That
the
is-
dinosaur.
I don't know. It's Cleopatra. Does Cleopatra count?
Cleopatra counts.
Because that was River.
She's
That was Cleopatra.
was Cleopatra.
River was Cleopatra. In this box is a Cleopatra.
No, he does.
Madame Pompadour. Am I saying?
Madame Pompadour.
Madame
Yeah.
Pompadour, yeah.
Yeah. I should
Um,
have said, can the audience name more than Steven? And you would have won.
Well, it's the hive mind, you see.
hey, have you seen us play these trivia games? The hive mind does not work.
All right.
Does not work.
Give your social media, and I tell you, Too Much Scrolling is a great show, so you should totally check it out. Subscribe to them and rate them and review them on iTunes. How's that
Absolutely.
for a plug?
We're on Twitter at Much Scrolling. We're on Facebook, Too Much Scrolling. You can find us on our website, TooMuchScrolling.com. We have a movie of the week, a book of the week, and an app of the week every week. And we're going to do some fun panels and talk about some fun stuff that's coming up. MST3K is coming out this week. Doctor Who is coming out next week. We've got American Gods coming out at the end of the month, and Twin Peaks in May.
Yes.
So we've got some panels that I need some guest stars.
I'm already coming to.
We
Yes,
know.
you are.
We're calling it.
We
tomorrow.
know.
That's right.
And a lot of you
All
can
right.
excuse. I'm too busy.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
You know what? I'm getting an MBA. What? He says he mails it in. He goes, I just go and show up and take the test. It's no problem. That's what he
I
tells
hope my
me.
professors are
That's what he tells
listening.
Lil all the time. Oh, this is easy. I can see the sweat through. I can see the sweat through Twitter.
Do I need to
I-
open
I-
Yes
I
You
do.
River song?
I have
You can
played
open
that.
claim
I
your
have played
toy.
that card of, you know what? I've already got the A, and I don't have to get any more points in the class. I guess I don't have to do anything. That does happen.
That's okay. That's
What
part
is
of
it? What is it? Is it River Song?
It's probably Rory.
It's got a hat.
Matt
Oh, you
Smith.
got the Matt Smith one.
Matt
Yeah.
Smith, yes.
Stetsons are cool.
Do you want a Clara? Because Molly will trade you for the Clara. Forget what I said.
Molly. All right.
That's
All right,
very nice
thank
of
you,
Matt.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
so much.
All right, guys. It's
Chip, very quiet tonight.
Chip's watching the outside.
He's contemplating this whole thing. All right, we're going to play another trivia game. We're going to play this one. We're going to do it as a group. We're going to see how many we get right. Okay? Chris and I can't play because we don't have the answers, do we? We can play. Okay, here's how it works. This is one of those internet games,
What?
and it has the question, and then we have to get whatever the right answer is. How many we got right? It's called the world's toughest Doctor Who quiz.
The three of us tried to do this quiz. We got 6 out of 20.
We got 6 out of 20, and we do a podcast about Doctor Who. Although you've heard me, I have brain damage. So
You're the
if you'd
store.
like to support my brain damage, we have a donation box for Southgate Media Group right here that will help pay for the drugs to help my brain. It's the master's.
There's not
We're gonna
enough
use
help for your
that
brain.
excuse. So, all right. While Chris is looking it up, let's get a little business out of the way. Live at the Blue Box is here the second Saturday of every month. It's always featuring something, and this time it is Doctor Who. I don't know if we've hit that home enough. Next month we are having a MicroCon. That's where we have comic book writers and artists and hopefully some filmmakers and some video game people and all sorts of people. And we might even be starting at 3 that week, so we'll see. It's called Madeline Con. Don't miss it. That is the second.
It's
Saturday.
true.
It's true. The third Saturday of every month is Tales from the Blue Light here, which is author Jim Wilder doing his stuff, and I know you love it. He does readings and play stuff, and it's all
Right.
weird and sci-fi and
Well,
fun.
what he does is he writes 3 pieces of work just for the show. Usually one is sci-fi, one is horror, one is, what's the other one? Mystery.
I
He
don't
does
know.
3 different ones, and he does things. It's kind of like Prairie Home Companion, but for nerds and
Yeah, it meets
Sci-fi.
The Moth and meets Night Valley and
yeah, all that
Night
stuff.
Vale, whatever that is. Yeah, it's great. It's really
fun.
cool.
It's very cool.
And actually, one of the things that it started with was we were both talking about the No Sleep podcast and about all these great horror stories that are done on there. And he was like, I could do that. And then he showed up and was like, I didn't do that. He came up with something better. And that's what we got.
Yes, so we do that the second.
Back to Who. Oh
Back
my
to
God,
Who.
I'm getting heckled by
we have
Martha.
to promote stuff, and then we have been doing a show called Disgruntled Baristas, but we're going to be taking the summer off. So check our Facebook page at Blue Box Cafe or live at the Blue Box to see what's going on. We have different things, and we'll keep you up to date with that. We'll be doing another Doctor Who show.
Yes.
Doctor Who. That's
That's a
Rob's
different
version.
show.
That's Facebook Ho for Rob Southgate.
We'll be doing that at 10 o'clock tonight.
We'll be doing that. Kids, all right, so this is, how many questions is this?
All right, let's go.
20? All right.
So listen up. We're going to ask the question. We're going to try to come to a consensus answer. Don't give the multiple choice. Let's
No.
see if anyone gets it first.
Number 1. What company created the Cybermen?
What is it?
Is that the consensus?
What is it?
Cybus Industries is what you're saying.
Cybus or Cylox?
CYBUS.
Wow, you even spelled it.
Anybody else disagree?
Hey. Onomatopoeia. How do you spell that? It's been perplexing me.
we're not that formal. All right,
No.
so we hit it or do we go?
Yeah, hit it. It doesn't tell you until the end.
Okay. What planet are the Slovene from?
Yeah.
30 seconds. No. Is it R?
R-A-R-I-R-E-R-O.
Rexa Caracopola. All right.
Yes. All right.
What do Daleks call Doctor Who on their home planet?
Ooh, this is good.
Predator.
Wait, yeah.
Anybody got one?
Oncoming storm.
That's on there.
That's
Okay. Read them off because there are 4 choices. But
The
yours is
rule,
there.
the choices are the human parasite, the Time Lord, the deadly traveler, or the oncoming storm. Okay, which of these stars has not made a cameo appearance in Doctor Who? I'm going to give it out there. Mike Skinner, Gillian Anderson, John Cleese, or Bill Nighy. I'm not talking Bill Nye, the science guy. Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, there's no way. It's Gillian Anderson.
I know those two have.
Right.
And Bill Nighy was the, yes.
He was a science guy, wasn't he?
No, Bill Nighy's he's the Bill, not Bill Nighy. What director said the world would be a poorer place without Doctor Who? That's not a director.
Anybody got one? Or we'll just name the 4 and we'll guess.
What director said the world would be a poorer place without Doctor Who?
Zack Snyder.
No, we will sell no wine before it's time, is what he said. All right, the choices are Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, J.J. Abrams, or Guillermo del Toro. I know who I want it to be.
You think it's JJ? Audience? JJ?
I want to hope it's Guillermo del Toro, but it's not.
Yeah.
Name the spin-off that didn't make it past the first episode.
Cop Rock. No?
K9 and Company was the only answer I heard that was on there.
Oh, yeah, there's Daleks and
Daleks
Hughes.
and Us.
I said Hughes. Rose Tyler, Earth Defense. Nope. Young Doctor Who.
No.
Young
K9.
Doctors in Who.
K9
Oh,
and
Young
Company.
Doctors in Love. I saw that movie. Terrible. What do the writing team compare the experience of regeneration to?
We did talk about this. Mikey
What
gets
was
it.
it? Listen, I'm going to call your parents because you're talking about drugs in a public place. Okay, buddy?
What?
I know you're getting all comfortable.
What? Yes.
Citric acid. What a mom.
That's awful. Nice. Way to encourage that behavior.
That's
By the way,
right.
What band besides Time Crash, which is a local Doctor Who band,
Yes.
what band referenced the Daleks in a song?
Oh, this is a good one. I don't know.
What? It would be great, wouldn't it? There's a band that does reference the Daleks in a song. Anybody? I will give you the multiple choice. The Clash, Blur, Arctic Monkeys, or Pulp. Anybody with the internet?
I would guess the Arctic Monkeys.
My guess is it's the Clash, but I'm going to go with the Arctic Monkeys because that's Rob Southgate's call.
It could be Blur, too. I don't think it's Flash.
I would say Blur.
They don't say it in London Calling. Daleks are coming. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
London. Okay. All right. What is the name of the council estate Billy Piper's assistant Rose Tyler lived on? Huh? The council
I
estate.
know it. It's that one.
What?
I think.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it.
What is the name of the council estate Billy Piper's assistant Rose Tyler lived on? The answer is the Treehorn Estate, the Cullen Estate, no sparkly vampires here, the Powell Estate, and the Harding Estate. Clash.
Is it?
I know what it was.
We're not gonna fix it. We're wrong.
I was right. He's wrong.
You were right.
I knew what it was, but it's okay.
So we're not gonna change our answer. So we know we got one wrong, but Chip found out it was the Clash. Remote control. My daughter got it right.
Do you know who the Clash are, Molly?
Yeah, oh, look at the face you got. Oh, yeah.
She trained in vain to learn that one. Hey, hello.
Yeah, it's in Stranger Things.
That's true.
Boom.
Hey, I've got the microphone. Be careful. What prompted thousands of complaints to the BBC after an episode in April last year?
This podcast.
What prompted thousands of complaints to the BBC after an episode in April last year? So there is multiple choice, but we're asking a trailer for
Wait. Nathan has a guess.
What? What prompted thousands of complaints in April of last year to the BBC?
Dark Water doesn't have it. Don't create any stuff.
Well, the choices are this. A trailer for another show interrupted Matt Smith's climactic speech. A Dalek attack was deemed too violent for the time slot. The finale was too much of a cliffhanger for fans. And the picture cut out through a key scene.
I'm guessing the picture. That's what you're thinking too.
I want to say it was a Dalek attack, but it's probably the picture. Which of these is not a Mandasian variant of Cybermen? Cyber Lord, Cyber Leader, Cyber Planner, Cyber Controller.
Yeah, Cyber Planner.
First off, you have to understand the question.
I had a Cyber Keeper, so I know that's.
I had a cyber headache. Which of these has the Doctor used the Mark 7 screwdriver for? There was waking somebody up, heating up a teapot, turning off lights, or as a pen. These are the worst questions ever. Who came up with this?
Well, do you know the answer?
No, I don't even know the question.
The world's hardest quiz. So
Thanks.
that's why you don't know them.
So is this?
Is it the worst or the best?
This is craziest. So what did the Doctor use the Mark 7 screwdriver for? To heat up a teapot, turn off the lights?
Teapot?
We'll do the
Are you
teapot.
guessing or is that right? Any other guess? Is she right with teapot?
Anyone?
Teapot.
Teapot, good.
Teapot it is.
Okay, how does Lady Adrasta control the planet of Chloris? How does Lady Adrasta control the planet of Chloris? Anyone know who Lady Adrasta is?
He's saying it.
So here's the
That's
choice.
not on here.
She does it with a police force of droids, manipulates the weather by perpetuating the myth that she was a goddess, or she controls all of the metal in the planet.
Is she Magneto? That's awesome.
That's it's actually Ian McKellen. It was great. Are we gonna say controlling the planet's metal?
Okay.
There's only 27 more guys. We're getting there. Okay, which of these characters is not an acid miner for Morpeth Jetson?
Come on, Mikey. What is it?
Jennifer Lucas, H. Dickin, Milo Clancy, or Buzzer Edwards?
Holy cow. Anybody know this one?
Anyone? What? Buzzer Edwards sounds great. What do the monks of the Glen of St. Catherine wear around their necks to ward off werewolves?
What is it?
No,
Not on here.
but Silver Cross.
Silver crosses.
There we go. Molly got
Molly,
one.
are you right?
Okay. How did the Doctor defeat the Wire? How did the Doctor
You
defeat
stop
the
paying for
Wire?
HBO.
That's right.
Ba-dum.
Wow.
Come on.
Cleaned up Baltimore.
Come on.
He trapped it on a Betamax tape at Rob Southgate's house.
No, that would be my dad. He had
Used
Betamax.
the remote control to turn it off. Convinced everyone in Britain to turn off their TVs, or tricked it into getting struck by lightning. That sounds like a very British thing to do. How was did you say Crapheus? I think it's Crapheus. How was the Crapheus that was seen by Vincent van Gogh different from other Crapeuses?
Hold on. Don't say. What do you guys think? Is she right?
She is right.
It was blind.
Molly's got way more answers than I do. All right. Who has never auditioned for the part of Doctor Who? Now our choices are Russell Crowe, Timothy Dalton, Robert Lindsay, and Eric Idle. Who has never auditioned for the part of Doctor?
I'm going to guess Russell Crowe.
Anybody? Russell Crowe? He's dreamy.
He doesn't.
He can't.
Come on,
He
man.
doesn't do a good English accent. He can't do it. What did Maureen O'Brien change her name to when she stopped traveling with the Doctor? What did Maureen O'Brien change her name to when she stopped traveling with the Doctor? She has a different name.
Do you know?
No. I have a guess.
Wait, I want to see if Nathan knows this one. Nathan?
Nathan, what did Maureen O'Brien change her name to after she stopped traveling with the Doctor? Yes. The choices are
We're all on the
Cressida,
show, yeah.
Helen, Katerina, or Cassandra.
That's a guess.
Katerina?
tell by his
Cassandra,
voice.
Cassandra. Oh, the last one. Who said appearing in Doctor Who was the equivalent of being given knighthood? Who said that appear? So none of those are the choices. Who said that appearing in Doctor Who was the equivalent of a knighthood? Brian Blessed, Bill Bailey, Rowan Atkinson, or Sir Patrick Moore? I want to say Rowan Atkinson, but what are we doing? Brian Blessed?
What do you guys think?
Any? Is that JB?
Just pick one. Sir Patrick Moore. Ron Atkinson.
We got 9.
We got 9.
We got the first 4 right. How did we do that? So we knew the Cybermen. We knew that the Slitheen were from Raxa, blah, 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 blah. They knew that the Daleks called Doctor Who the Oncoming Storm, and that Gillian Anderson did not make a cameo. Gillian Anderson. Did I say Gillian?
Gillian.
Gilligan.
Getting late. Gilligan.
It is Gillian.
Hey, little.
Well, that's pretty good.
Man,
Little buddy.
imagine.
Hey, little buddy. Imagine the professor. That'd be great.
He's the
They
companion.
travel by coconut. It'd be awesome. It would be. It's like a straw TARDIS. They'd never leave. Be great. We can always leave.
Lovey in space.
Oh, lovely.
So what did we get wrong?
Everything else.
Everything else.
5. We don't know.
Yeah, you can't tell.
They can't tell.
You can't tell. All right, great game. We didn't win.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 20 is not too bad.
That's not too bad. All right, that's it.
That's it.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. That was the Doctor Who night. Now, you're going to show something,
We
right?
are going to show the return of Dr. Mysterio, which was the last episode that we've seen from Doctor Who. the last new episode, we're going to show that. And then tomorrow or next week at 8 o'clock, we're going to show the season premiere. And then every week after that at 8 o'clock, we're going to show whatever episode is on until the season finale.
Awesome.
So thank you very much for coming out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thanks, Blue Box. So,
Let's get some shameless plugs in here. So thank you, Blue Box Cafe. Let's hear it for Blue Box. Get on their social media. Follow them on Facebook. Follow them on Twitter. Twitter, it is Blue Box Cafe 176, right?
Blue Box Cafe or Blue Box Cafe 176.
Yeah, follow them. They have events here all the time. We talked about the events earlier, so we don't need to rehash that so much.
No, we don't.
Follow us on Twitter at SMG Pods. Follow us on Facebook. Look up Southgate Media Group or Live at the Blue Box. We post about the shows we're doing. We post about what's coming up. Follow. There's another thing. You guys are kind of geeky, right? You like geeky stuff, right? Just a little. Okay. So we started a Facebook group called Geekin' Out. Geek and Out. And all we do is we post, well, all we were doing, it's changed, is we were finding cool stuff like, hey, there's an artist signing at a comic store, or there's, a cool movie thing going on, or whatever. We would share those as events on Facebook. So you, as the geeky, nerdy person that's like, what can I do this weekend, could look and be like, hey, look at these cool things. And we find really weird, cool stuff.
Yes.
We have added to it now. We actually have people that are writing reviews of some of these things. So our first reviews have gone on. David's one of the bloggers. He went to see Princess of Mars, which Princess of Mars, they did it live on stage at Otherworld Theater. He gave it like a 10 out of 10. And we went to see it afterwards. He was right. It was so cool. And then he went to see Woman in Black. And he said it was terrifying. It was great. It was what it should be. It was horror on stage. That is Wild Claw Theater. Who knew about these places?
Right.
So now they're on our radar. And you now can read the reviews and know when those types of events are happening. There is really cool theater happening out there. There are events happening out there that are geeky, that are fun, that you may not know about. You said you don't care about sports. I don't care about sports either. But you know what? The Wolves had Star Wars Day. We put it on there. Because
Right.
you know what? We went to it. We got free lightsabers. We watched 5 minutes of the game and went, let's go. Yeah, Molly said, it's kind of like soccer on ice. Can we leave?
Is that like Disney on Ice, but not?
Yes, it's not like Disney
But
on
guys
ice.
with
No.
sticks and things. It's
Yeah,
cool.
so we left, but we got free lightsabers. It was awesome. So that's the kind of thing
Right.
we put on there. So
We'll put on conventions. We're also going to start reviewing cool places, nerdy
Yes.
places to hang out.
Yeah, like Chris.
like Blue Box Cafe.
Yeah, like Blue Box Cafe and like
5
these
stars
events.
is my opinion.
So check out Geek and Out. Subscribe to it. What does it cost you? Nothing. Speaking of cost, these don't cost you anything. These events don't cost anything.
But they cost you something.
They cost something. So if you want to support us, there is a box right here. In fact, let's move it so it's not behind Chris.
I'm a good window.
If you would like to support Southgate Media Group, that's the box for donations. It helps pay for
Right.
equipment, helps keep us going.
Some people have made the comment before that it goes to Blue Box. It doesn't go to us at all. It goes to Southgate Media Group, Rob, Martha, and Molly to help support all of this stuff. The stuff that there is. I mean,
Yeah.
microphones, mixing board, things cost
Stuff.
money. So
Yeah,
people
Yeah.
can say,
gas.
you have plenty of that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
So yeah, that's why we have a barrier here. So there you go. And one more time, I want to thank Entertainment Earth for supplying some toys to us. That was awesome of them. And follow them and order some stuff from them. If you're going to order from them, go to our website. Go to SouthgateMediaGroup.com and click on one of the ads. We get a little commission if you do that. So, I mean, it doesn't add up to a lot, but it shows them that you are supporting them because of this.
Right. Are you doing the
That
Amazon thing still?
means a lot. Yeah, we have links on there. Any of our links are all affiliate links, so we're not trying to really sell you anything. But if you're like, hey, I'm going to go shop on Amazon, go to our website first, click on Amazon. We get a sliver of what you buy, and it doesn't cost you a dime more, but it really supports us. So Amazon, Entertainment Earth, and what else is on there? I don't know. There's all sorts of
T-shirts.
stuff.
We have
Luke
t-shirts.
Drake, yeah, we have T-shirts. So for Madeline Kahn, we will have a T-shirt just for that weekend. Here's the deal. The t-shirts are always $20. When we first put them on, we're allowed to sell them at $14. The Madeline Kahn shirt will be $14. When it goes to $20, it's gone. If you want one of those shirts, you got like 3 days to do it. That'll be May, what is it, 8th or 9th? Whenever we're doing our con. That's how
Madeline
these,
Kahn
we're
is
gonna start doing
the
those.
13th.
We're going to start doing those for every one of these events, having special t-shirts. In fact, follow us in the next couple of days. I'll make an extravaganza one. So that'll be it. You got 3 days to get one that says extravaganza 2017. When it's gone, it's gone. So there you go. Is that
All
it?
right, that's it. We'll be starting the show here in give me 2 minutes to get it
Yeah,
set up.
yeah. He's going to get set up, and we'll be quiet getting our stuff out of here. Once again, donation box right there. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
you for the
everyone.
box. Thank you guys for coming. Listen to Too Much Scrolling. Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you.